He needs to hold 2 cameras.
Fuck's sake, man.
And smoke a cigarette.
And smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, see, multi-talented here, bro.
Alright,
so he's a wanker. He had the black man holding the camera earlier.
And now Pakistani.
He's racist, yeah, and now he's got a Pakistani. Look how racist he is, bro.
No Sikhs hold cameras, man.
I ain't having it. Next week I'm going to get some of my Sikh bros down to hold the camera.
Yeah, you're mad we're going to hold cameras.
What?
All we do is get in front of the camera.
Punjabi brothers are going to hold the camera for me.
Yeah, so you apologised earlier to Ardz.
Yeah, Uncle Asif tried to go on a little rant after that. I was saying, Uncle Asif, allow it. I just came to apologise. You get me?
He said he won't have
He's lucky he didn't get pushed again, you know. I tell you, he's lucky.
He said he won't have an apology, yeah.
This is Big Ardz 2.0. Someone said you're not logical and you didn't react.
Yeah, I didn't react to that.
Yeah, you was just like literally with a big smile. Big Ardz 2.0.
What it is that, you know, some of us non-coconuts can have a higher IQ too. A lot of the people in the park, I've seen some Asians come in the park here. Well, they look like Asians anyway.
Yes,
but I think they claim to be white British. I think if they were born again, they choose to be a Caucasian, 100%. Manny Sinda talking about you.
Oh, you're mad, you're talking about my boy. Big up Manny Sinda, man.
Talking about you, coconut off. Your channel is a full-on Islamophobe thing, yeah. And listen, innit, bro. I'm going to tell all my Muslim brothers and sisters to boycott your channel.
No, you're mad.
Not even go on that channel, innit. Full-on Islamophobe.
Let me.
Since you chatted to that Anne-Marie Waters, whatever her name is, bro, it looks like you just become her, innit, in a man form. You get me? You're the same as her. Your agenda's the same. You need to stop doing that.
Like I said, my message right now is about if you're British, Punjabi, Sikh, or if you're British, Muslim, Pakistani, I'm cool with that, man. You understand? That's the main criteria for me. That as long as you see yourself as British as well. Obviously, you have a different stance on that because you're ethnically from Pakistan as well. You was born there, so.
What it is like, I'd like to say I'm British, but I don't feel accepted enough to. You get me? That's the way I feel.
Yeah, and this is the white population responsibility as well.
And I mean, the reason why I mention money is because when I hear rhetoric like that, especially coming from someone that looks like me, it just makes me feel like, can I ever be British? Do you understand what I mean? Like, do I have to sell out my people and my culture and my religion to say I'm British? I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just say I'm Pakistani then.
No, I mean,
I've got the passport to prove it too. Like, it's not even me.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
the green passport, no problem.
The thing is that, you know, I said in my speech last time, if someone keeps on saying to you, you can't be British, then that person's gonna, you know, they'll start hating you. Do you understand? They'll start hating your. If you keep on saying to someone you can't be British, then what will happen? You're just gonna make them hate the UK. And so you need to be inclusive and say, look. You can't basically you can't tell someone they can't practice their particular faith. As long as it doesn't interfere in the you just hold it now. It should be okay now. I've got a better bag.
If that money is still there,
This is like, as soon as it's done.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I do different. I don't know. I don't want to say that's my style. For me, I do different.
It's not. I don't think it's other people. I think it's more him. But I think it's just a little bit old school. He just don't understand the process, and do you know what I mean? So I've tried to explain it to him, but I think it's just like old school mentality that you know he thinks that once people donate, the money's there in my account. It doesn't work like that. And I've shown like emails, and I've shown email addresses, emails from GoFundMe. They said, look, we put it on hold. We just need a little bit more information, which I provided all to them. And then earlier today, I rang this translator, and I told this translator, look, what do you want? There's a guy called Malik, right? He knows.
He speaks Arabic. Don't you speak Arabic?
Yeah, he speaks Arabic.
Do you speak Arabic?
No. So that's the other thing. Communication is a problem because he doesn't speak English that well, right? So we did that, right? And then and even that guy, Malik, he goes, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Everyone's
giving him aggro.
Yeah. He goes, look, it's too much headache. I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm like, look, everyone's leaving this situation. What do I do now?
You see how everyone was quick to run at it, but then when shit hits the fan, everyone kind of takes a step back.
So what I'm going to do, and I've decided that, look, I'll make the decision, and you know, and if I make the decision, that way any blame will come on me, and then I can handle it, whatever. You know, if people want to tarnish my name, because I'll prove that, look, I've either refunded it or given it to him. So I'll prove that, right? But
I don't think it's a good idea to give it to him just to get fucking dead.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, I know it shouldn't be. I don't know.
Second?
And I'll be honest, my missus was not happy. She was like, well, and I just thought, listen, the shit looks genuine. I've seen the guy in the park and all that. Now you're telling me.
So with regards to his medical stuff, right?
Huh?
With regards to his medical stuff, it is true. I've seen the paperwork.
No.
Yeah.
I believe that, but now you're telling me he's thinking. You seem like a good judge of character. If you're feeling in your heart this guy, he's trying to grab the dough and just do one with it for whatever reason. That wasn't my intention. My old mate's in debt. I wouldn't help him out. You know what I mean?
It is what it is, because look, at the end of the day, I did it in good intention. My name's gonna get tarnished anyway.
I don't think so.
So even if I refund it, he's gonna go around saying, "Oh, he scammed me," and people are gonna be like, "Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that." And blah blah blah. So I'm not even really bothered with that, to be honest, right? I'm not bothered at all. But I was trying to do whatever's best for him, because other people who donated, like yourself, are saying, "Look, I want to see what that money's used for," right? And I was trying to explain that to him, and he's like, "No, I want the money. Give me the money up front." And I was like, "Well, Uncle Jamal, it doesn't work like that. You know, you've got to show people, you know, that the money's been spent for this and stuff like that." But he was just so stubborn and just adamant that he wanted the cash up front. Now, I don't know the ins and out, why he needed it so much, or why he's getting so upset about it. I don't know the ins and out, because it could be anything. We don't know, right? But it's one of those ones. It's a really difficult situation which I need to think, and I think only I should really make that decision, because I can't let that decision be on anyone else.
Saying that. Listen, you've just had a conversation with me. I'm a stranger to you.
Yeah.
You seem like an intelligent guy anyway. Don't even let my opinion.
No. I've taken it on board, because I've taken everyone's.
In a way, I'm selfishly thinking, I've just put 300 quid in.
Yeah.
He's not used it, I want it back.
Yeah.
And I got the right to feel that way.
Yeah, of course.
But ultimately, if you're the what's the word? Guarantor, whatever. If you're the main guy that's going to be in charge of it, and you're going to take all the shit that comes along with it.
Yeah, but you know what?
You have the right to make the final choice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because my 100% my name's going to get slandered anyway, right? So I know that 100%. But that's okay. I can handle it, right? It is what it is. But at the same time, it's just I kind of hope, because I did it out of the goodness of my heart. I thought, you know, the guy's ill, you know, blah blah blah. And
It was deep.
Right. So it's still So basically did all that, and then I thought to myself, let me see what we can do instead of all the negative shit that's been going on here. Let me try to come out with something positive instead. And I did this, and then, you know, loads of people got involved. So it wasn't even just me. I can't say it was all me, right? Loads of people got involved, and then I thought to myself, you know, let me see what I can come out with this. And you know, I'm sure we did really well, right? Everyone got on board of it, and, you know, and blah blah blah. But, you know, since then, obviously the situation's turned really sour. So it is what it is.
Time will tell, then, isn't it? Really, isn't it?
Say again?
I suppose time will tell.
Say it's written. You know what they say, right? It's written in, you know, already. So, you know, it's up to God what He wants to do and how He wants to do it, etc. So, you know, I have to take that into consideration. But we'll see what happens. Inshallah, hopefully it will work out. You know, if we can make him a better position. But I personally think he could have handled it a little bit better. But he's so stubborn. He was shouting at me, man. I went out and gave £500 out of my own pocket, right? And my man was telling me that you scammed me, you're a crook. Do you get me? Like, you know, it hurts. You know, do you get me? Like, all right, fair enough. He's old, and you know, he's got you know, old school way of mentality, right? Old school way of thinking. But can't be going around saying that to people. Do you get me? So. But it is what it is.
Time will tell, man. Good luck.
All right, brother. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Remember, one of the things that people don't realise, I don't know if you're going to say something they can say, but you know what it is about him? He's quite good. Yeah, he went to Punjab when he was younger, so he did that for like 4 months. He does have his link to his background, but he just, for some reason, he doesn't show it, and for some reason, he doesn't openly kind of like promote it.
He says he's proud of it, but I never see it.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Even when I
mean, like in the summer, me and you have already agreed we're going to have a kurta pajama.
Like, it won't be summer, it'll be before that.
We're going to have a shalwar kurta pajama.
Oh, yeah, you'll be coming down.
Yeah, so I'm saying
we're going to have a face-off.
You reckon he'll ever get involved?
We should all do it, man. Imagine one day all of us coming down in kurta pajama.
Do you reckon he'll ever get involved?
I'll be freezing my balls. Oh, in summer you mean?
No, in the summertime.
Yeah. I still don't know if I would do that though. Still.
Maybe maybe he might have a British Union flag on top of Jumbo. Imagine that.
If he does that, yeah, I might change my outlook about it. Okay, I might change.
No, I think what we need to do is like next time, many times I have a chat. I think the problem is when you hear him talking on the internet because he's trying to interview someone. Sometimes I do feel like even with Anne-Marie Waters. Let me just say something about the Anne-Marie Waters interview. We had the guest on and we was trying to build the channel, and so I did want to ask a couple of questions. One of the questions I wanted to ask her was about this footage of her saying that she wants to reduce the birth rate of Muslims.
How did you do that?
So when she come on, we only had her on for an hour, and we didn't. Personally, we told the decision that we can ask questions, but we don't want to scare people off in the beginning. Yeah. Otherwise, you can't grow your channel. You understand? So we would have got other guests on, but if she ever did come back on, that I would question her about that particular thing that she said and ask her what does she mean by that. But unfortunately, on that first interview that we had with her on there, I admit we went a bit soft. That wasn't.
I don't think it was your fault. It's not your platform.
No, but I don't think it was a bad decision. I think it was, you know, you have to understand. If you want to grow.
You're saying you don't want to discourage other people.
Yeah. So what we need to have is like, you know, we can say, all right, that person come on. Then at some point, once we've established the channel, we can be like Jeremy Paxton.
Give the polar opposite.
And just like literally gun for them, and we can bring other people into the panel. You can question them. So until we can't do that until we kind of establish it. Yeah. So it may not seem like the best way to go in terms of getting the true viewpoint of the individual at the time, but in terms of the long term, I think it was a good strategy. I have to admit my particular strategy was to come in gun, and then I was like, all right, you come in later on and you can ask certain questions. So yeah, hopefully you and Manny can kind of talk.
No, I mean, we'll talk. I'm up to talking with him, but at the moment, this is the viewpoint I have of him, and he knows. I made it clear. I let him know. That's what I think of him. If he talks to me, like,
I've been seeing a lot of what's it? Chat wars. You won the war on the milk.
Carrots.
The dud and the carrots are coming out of it. I think you're the February 2nd winner.
Well, you don't understand the combination, and you're Punjabi. Is that what you've been doing?
Gajrela. What's Gajrela? Around me.
You know, hurry up, man. My arms are killing me now.
Gajrela is when you get the milk here and you get the carrots and then you make it like senior, like, you know, that kind of thing.
I'm not tasting it.
But go home today and say to me, Gajrela on that, and if she don't slap you, you ask me what Gajrela is.
You're talking about dine with the
bro, milk and Gajrela. Ask your mum today when you go home, say, I'm meeting Gajrela on that, and she will want you up. She will want you up. She's going to say, what? I just gave you a Punjabi lesson there.
Alright, let's go back to the Punjab now.
So we're not just the Punjab, we're going to go to the whole of the Indian subcontinent today and talk about unity, what unites us.
Yeah, so basically, it's not going to be too long. We've talked about being British, Punjabi, but one of the things we were supposed to do today was to get perspective from the Bangladesh side. So when you're looking at the Indian subcontinent, you're going back to the Indian series, one of the greatest ever series known to mankind. And
coming to a cinema near you.
Basically, we've been talking a lot about northwest India, and we're very close in proximity between Big Ardz and the Sikhs.
We can walk to each other, yeah.
Yeah, literally it's just like, you know, split in half after 1947. But when you get to Bangladesh, which is another part of Indian community,
the other side of India.
It's literally all the way over. I don't know how many miles it is. I should have double checked this just to calculate, but it's probably like from here to Russia. It's probably like from here to Russia, isn't it?
Maybe around about that. Europe is small.
Yeah, so if you went from the UK to Russia, then you can see like the kind of a big shift over. But one thing that does unite the people of Bangladesh with the people of the northwest is that the language branch.
So this is what I was going to say. I was going to say culture, language, food,
religion.
So these are the 5 things that I thought.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is that I want people from that side of the Indian subcontinent to come into the conversation, because there's a history. I was researching Indian history. It's actually from that side as well. And so, in order for us, obviously, it influenced the northwest. But you know, you had kingdoms which spread from there, from Bangladesh, all the way over to there. So we need to. I mean, next time hopefully we're
trying to get Mohib in there.
we need a token Bengali, but not gay dunya. So we can leave that.
Big up Grey Dunya.
No, gay dunya. He has no gag reflexes.
Big up my brother.
He has no gag reflexes. So the thing is that.
Are you going to buy him the knee pads next week? Tell him where you're going to get this.
No, I need reinforced. He needs to have like at least Kevlar. Yeah. So basically, what we need is to have people from that side. Because what we want to do with the subject matter, what we're talking about, is that we want to open it up to the whole of the Indian subcontinent. It is all connected. And then at some point, get this.
Must stop getting hate,
South Indians, but they're coming in last.
Yeah, badly.
We have to bring them in because they are integral part of the subcontinent. And if anything,
The Greeks did.
big up the Spartans.
Yes, tell him, Raj.
If anything, yeah,
You're mad.
in my eyes, the Dravidians have been there a long time, if not longer than us. So they have to be recognized.
Fucking arms are killing me, man. Bastards. Fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking just gave me this to hold, man. Fucking arms are killing me. Hurry up, man.
They believe they are the inhabitants of the Indus Valley.
Fingers are frozen and everything.
There is this contentious about who, we still don't know who those people are, because the writing or the language, or we haven't been able to translate it. We haven't got like the Rosetta Stone for, you know, for Egypt. You have for the hieroglyphs, you have the Rosetta Stone that they can translate some of the stuff. But in the Harappan civilization, Indus Valley civilization, they still haven't been able to decode a lot of the kind of writings and stuff. So we never know. But what is your, because the thing is, one thing, obviously there is a connection, I don't want to go too deep into it, but you did have Bangladesh at one point being East Pakistan, and you had West,
Present-day Pakistan.
yeah, so it'll be interesting to understand, and basically, for just so people, so basically, so you have, just say from here you have East Pakistan, West Pakistan, and in the middle you had India. So what unified those two religions? Alright, so it was religion.
It was religion, yeah. The main factor of all the unification was religion. There were majority Muslims on both sides. The problem was the distance and the barrier of India being physically in between them. They were not connected with any kind of point of land at all. So there's a big logistical problem. On top of that, there was a language barrier. Because obviously in Bangladesh they speak a different language.
Well, what is the language?
It's Bangladeshi, Bengali, Sylheti. Basically Sylheti, I was speaking to Mohib. Mohib was saying Sylhet is like, it should be its own country. Because he was saying that even Sylhet is a different kind of culture to the rest of Bangladesh.
Is it Sylheti? Because I need to double check that.
Sylheti is a different type of language.
But is it a different language branch like South Indian?
Yeah.
Is it part of that language?
I think it is, yeah. I think it is, yeah. I think it's part of that. And what was I saying? Yeah, so the religion was the main factor that united us. Afterwards, obviously, the language barrier, culture, distance, logistical problems, and also the government. Like the government at the time,
even
Ardz wanted to have the capital in West Pakistan. I think the population was bigger in Bangladesh at the time, and they were more the bigger economy, so to speak. And they thought that the capital should have been in Bangladesh. Do you understand? So from there, the trouble started. We had some idiot generals at the
Let's
time.
not go into
but
that today.
I'll go into
you can go into it.
So we had some idiot generals, we had some stupid people in power that started to commit genocide and horrific crimes that we totally condemn. You get me? And if that was in this day and age, I would go out and fight them and myself. Inshallah, I hope the other brothers would too. You get me? And we totally condemn that, killing any kind of innocents. And they did go to Bangladesh and they massacred a lot of students, a lot of young people. By the way, I'd like to say that the Indian army did not help in this, because they were there too and they were doing a lot of atrocities under the guise of Pakistan. Maybe sometimes they used to do some raids and say that was Pakistani soldiers. So a lot of these kind of stuff used to happen as well.
No comment.
No problem. I'm just saying that that's a brief little thing.
I don't know.
And then after that, that was the war of independence in 1971, and Bangladesh gained independence. And mashallah, they flourished as a state, and I wish them prosperity. Get me? That's what I can say.
Yeah, but the thing about let's just say Bangladesh, is like, from my understanding, is that when you go to north, say Pakistan, they're quite unique.
We're different people.
So but when you go to Bengalis are a little bit more similar to say South.
I can't even feel my fingers. I don't know what I'm holding on to right now because I can't feel anything. Yeah, look, I'm shaking so much.
they have a lot of the Oriental.
Waiting for these two clowns to hurry up, man. Sick. Taking so long. Proper debating into it, yeah. By Pakistan and India, and in the history, the divide and everything.
Long live Pakistan, man. We love Pakistan.
We love Somalia, 100%.
Yeah.
And yes, so the Rohingya are genetically, I think they are Bengali. So they, for centuries, they have been living in the Burma, and they've been persecuted.
It's a bit like sometimes when you've got an Iranian wanting to
there's a lot of,
Pakistan,
there's a lot of Persians.
and over time they've just become
They're
Pakistani.
Balochis.
Yeah.
You know, in Balochistan, there's a lot of Persians.
Even Freddie Mercury was from. You know, he was from Iran. Freddie Mercury said like, these people came from Iran or something like that, so they come over and migrated.
Big up Sid Bash.
Hurry up, man. My fingers are frozen. I'm gonna drop this.
Bash is holding 2 cameras.
Look at what I'm doing. I can't even feel my fingers anymore.
He's drinking a tea, smoking, and he's raising money for Uncle Jamal.
Exercise, bro. That's it.
No, my arms are dying here, man.
Don't worry, it's good, it's all that punishment for all those bad comments. I'm getting
Do you forgive me, Raj?
You got itchy nose?
Yeah, he's doing Juddle.
Have you got itchy nose, though?
Itchy nose.
You got itchy nose?
He's got itchy nose, yeah.
You know your Juddle don't work when this is on.
Ah, okay.
So what are you saying? So
Yeah, so what I want to do is, like today's quite a short one, but I want to expand the conversation out. And because obviously a lot of stuff is about what is different between us, but more about what do we have in common. Now it's easier for me to talk to you, so anyway, I'm always kind of like, I'm not, because we are literally very similar. And sometimes when, it's a bit like having 2 brothers, when they're very similar, they butt heads.
yeah, of course.
Because you've got the same temperament. Yeah, so this is what people don't understand. We're so similar that you can butt heads with those people because
The temperament is the same.
God, I'm fucking dying, guys. Oh, I'm shaking so badly.
They are.
No, you carry on. Just fucking hurry up.
Bangladesh and the South Indians, they have a different temperament. They have a different language, like some of them, and also food, culture, music. And so it'd be nice to kind of like.
Music, I never mentioned that.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to kind of like get that side in and then expand it out to that area.
What about the building?
Yeah, architecture as well. So
pottery, all this kind of
yeah,
stuff.
so when you go to North India, it's very heavily influenced by Islamic architecture and stuff like that. You'll see a lot of these kind of domes and stuff like that. But when you go over to South India, it's still very, very it's really kind of unique kind of like sculptures and stuff.
You don't find it anywhere around the world. We should go into that, maybe get some pictures printed out.
We do. This is one of the things we need to do. We need to upscale. We should have like a big pointers. We'd have little servants to hold stuff. We'd have people kind of like sitting on them. So I think we will let this because it's too cold here.
Yeah, it's too cold, man. Hurry up.
So what we're going to do is like, I'm trying to get Big Ardz home before he does something silly anyway.
Big Ardz? You mean yourself?
He's going to do something silly.
Big Ardz 2.0.
He's been there for 8, 6, 7 hours. Big Ardz 2.0. I'd actually witnessed something. Someone saying something to him and he was smiling.
Didn't react, I smiled at him.
I
was the cameraman, so I can't get involved, you know what I mean?
Well, you would have
from content over everything.
Yeah, big up to
man, that's the risk to be offended, you get me when you come
took me over everything.
Took me over everything.
Sorry, I can't back up.
Don't tarnish my name, fam. Don't tarnish
Leon, guess what, bro? They were slating your man in the show, you know.
No.
They try to say you're not biased. They say
I
you're
said I've got one
biased.
video. I fixed that as well.
The
The video that they said that got taken down. Got taken down for like 20 minutes or something. To blow the face and they got put straight back up, man. Fuck you talking about?
Basically, yeah, the video, I didn't talk about it, they talked about it, and they said that they was edited, it wasn't, the faces all blurred out, and the video is still back up, so we clarified that anyway on that thing.
Alright.
So a lot of Jubilee going on today, I better go.
Tell Banksy, fam. Tell Banksy. Banksy was making bare top talk, I was going to fuck him
out. Unbiased thing here, bro. Content, you get me?
True.
If you want the real views, go to content over everything.
Hey, you're skewing it, complimenting the man for like 30 minutes.
Were you?
Yeah, we
I
said
thought you were listening for 30 minutes.
What are you doing there?
We said he's the most.
I heard Banksy came on and he started saying, oh, now I have to start worrying about content. I have to scrutinise it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
all the big speakers have to come back.
Just so that Banksy knows.
Speakers gone to the door.
You let Banksy know that he just said blur the faces out. He's got the background in his entirety.
Alright.
Let's call that day, man. Fuck it.
Anyway, man, big up.
Take the camera because my fingers are frozen.
I can't do the fist bump.
Show us your fingers, Sid Bash.
Oh look, they're so frozen.
Margia.
My face, everything's frozen now.
Dargia.
Dargia, yesterday. You see me? I'm scared to come.
Point that I was trying to make.
Before we go.
So Manny Cinder said to, I think Ralph, no, it was Takia Watch. So you got
do you want to record this about freedom of speech? We can come over there. All right, yeah.
The low IQ and high IQ. They got offended and they got low IQ. And the high IQ doesn't get offended. And I said, bro,
you don't want to go on there?
No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I said, how does it prove?
Well, do you mind your voice on there?
I don't care.
But how does your IQ get proven, whether it's high or low, if you get offended or
Boss,
not?
I gotta say this. It has nothing to do with IQ.
No, but this is what Manny Cinder's claiming. He's claiming that a person that doesn't get offended by an insult has high IQ.
Yeah, but can you?
And the person that does get offended
look,
has
you
low
just
IQ.
met me, right? You just met me.
Yeah.
Could I offend you?
You could if you said something.
Fuck off. No, I can't.
No, but it depends on what you said, innit?
Really? You can offend me.
You said something.
What if I say something really bad about your
I don't
family
give
or
a
something?
fuck.
No,
You couldn't
it could
offend
though.
me. You couldn't offend me.
If you said
Well,
something.
with me, probably you know that I'm not going to mean malice by it. But imagine you thought I meant malice. You would be offended.
Yeah, I wouldn't be offended.
There's not. Can I say something? There's a misconception.
serious,
Hold on. There's
Okay, but just say because you're not offended, does that mean that you've got higher IQ than me?
No.
This is what Manny Cinder's saying.
I'm talking about something.
He's saying because I get offended and you won't get offended, you've got higher IQ and I've got low IQ.
Yeah, but one of the biggest. Hold on. But can I just say? Can I clarify something? Yeah. One of the biggest misconceptions about freedom of speech is that you can't be offended.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm for freedom of speech, but I don't want someone to come over to me and go say something about my mum, my guru and stuff. No, what I'm saying.
I have to say.
What I'm saying. No, I'm talking about my version of freedom of speech.
You can be offended.
I can be offended, but I don't want
get offended.
But what I'm saying, I can be offended, and I can say, oh, what you're saying, I can counteract what they're saying. But I don't believe in people going. So I don't believe in people going to violence or. So I don't believe going to violence. You need to stand over there. So I don't believe. So basically, I don't believe people going to violence or people getting too emotional about it. Yeah, you can be offended. Someone, it's about freedom of speech, basically.
No, the breaking down property. The claim I saw from Manny Cinder on his show the other day, he was talking to Takia.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And he made a claim that if I insulted you, and the word you use was Paki, so he said if I called you a Paki and you don't get offended, but if I went to the continent, subcontinent, Pakistan, India, and I called you a Paki and they get offended, you was trying to say, oh, that just shows that they got low IQ and we got high IQ.
That's bullshit.
And I'm saying, bro, that is bullshit, and I probably agree with me, that is bullshit because just because someone get offended don't mean they got low IQ.
No, I don't agree with
Get
that.
offended. Doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with your IQ. It's up to you. I think it's offence. It's taken. It's up to you.
The problem great partiality, but it's
different ways of no, God knows.
Because look, if someone was to say something about my guru, like when Omar said, he said to me, "Suck your guru out." Now the thing is, I was offended, but my particular reaction wasn't to go crazy at him.
No, but
I felt because I don't believe that feeling offended is necessarily a bad thing. If you love something or you love someone, if someone says something about him, you're going to be offended. It's your reaction. Now, what I did was that I didn't react. I mean, in the past, I might have reacted by saying something about his prophet or your prophet. But I was like, all right, let me think of the bigger picture. It's just one individual being a prick, and why should I insult the whole of their religion and the whole of their people for that one particular individual? So I refrained from even responding, and what I did was basically just be quiet and show he's ignorant.
Today or in the past.
Yeah? And that's one way to counteract it.
That's a good ploy. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But that's one way to counteract
That way
it.
could be you could give him a verbal assault.
Yeah, you can give it a verbal assault. assault.
This is what I'm saying. So, but what Manny's saying is that if I give him the verbal assault and I get offended and I'm emotional, but I can still give him the verbal assault, I got no IQ. That's a bit silly.
I don't agree with that.
Speak to him about it,
I can't change the man's views. All I'm saying is that I don't think there's anything wrong if someone calls my mum out or something. I'm going to get upset. I'm going to get upset, but I don't believe that it should be made illegal. This is the big thing about freedom of speech, because some people want to make certain words and certain things to become.
I'll support you on that.
Yeah.
I think freedom of speech is good. I think that you should be used as a tool to voice your opinion. Certain times there's certain subjects that we want to raise, and the only way you can raise it is through freedom of speech. So.
Yeah, because if you can't speak openly, but this is the biggest misconception about freedom of speech. A lot of people, when I talk about freedom of speech, and I hear comments saying, "Oh, someone called your mum out. Why are you upset? You believe in freedom of speech?" I'm like, no. I don't want anyone to go to prison for that. I don't want to have to. I can be offended and I can call the man out and say he's a prick for doing it.
But you defend the right.
But I defend his right to say it without being prosecuted or receiving any violence.
I respect that.
So this is the kind of like one of the things I want people to understand, because I get this.
But now this is a Muslim thing to you. I'm down with that.
Yeah, but you're saying that. No, I'm sorry, but you're.
Sid Bash is another Muslim. You're Sid Bash. Come over here. Another Muslim here. Come on. Brother, do you believe in free speech? You respect the right to free speech? Yeah? You fight for that, right? There you go.
Yeah, so we were
don't tell us that Muslim, we're down.
No, I'm talking about some of the guys online that, some of these trolls, whenever I say I'm offended by something, what I'm saying, whenever I feel like, so what happens is like, whenever I'm offended by something to do with like my family or stuff like that, they say, oh, well, free speech. I'm like, all right, it's free speech, but I can be offended still. I don't want to prosecute these people for doing it. Because someone just done a video. Just done a video once again about my mum again.
Did they?
Yeah, it was called Me. Basically, what it is,
I saw that.
It's a cartoon.
I saw that.
And guess what?
Never done that, you're khanzir.
But let me say something. What's worse is a guy called Pug Life. Remember the word pug? Like Pug is a turban was laughing at that video, even though the person in it was wearing a pug.
I saw that, it was vile.
But the thing is, the guy. But what I'm saying is, I had my pants down, my mum was watching, and I was trying to have sex with a cow. But the thing I found disrespectful about that was that, I found it disrespectful. I don't want that man to go to prison for it. Yeah, of course, I get it. But I can complain and say that guy's a guy.
But then you communicate and say, what's his beef?
Those kind of things shouldn't be allowed on YouTube.
I don't know if it should be allowed or it shouldn't be allowed, but I have a right to be offended by that video. So that's actually Kang X, and the thing is, the worst thing about it that I find offensive more than the video is the fact that a Sikh brother or a supposed Sikh is laughing at a guy with a turban on, having sex with a cow in front of his mother, and the person's laughing on it. This is the funniest thing I've seen. Blah blah blah.
Well, someone's actually made that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
But they've gone to the length of animating it themselves.
Yeah, animating it.
I think it's a
what channel's that on?
Oh, right. Okay. And they've just said it's him.
No, they put a turban on and stuff like that. It's me and my mum in the video. So what I'm saying is that I personally find that extremely offensive. But at the end of the day, he has a right to make it, and I can expose it. But what I'm saying, I can expose his nastiness.
I hate man like that, I hate these kind of waste men that do that, bro.
Yeah, so, but the thing is, we should
give it no attention, though. Don't give it no attention.
No.
The more attention you give it,
but one way to show attention to it without kind of promoting it.
You're a hypocrite. He's pushing Uncle Acid last week.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, look here. When it comes to like, even with Uncle Acid, that's about free speech as well. You heard something and it upset you. And so you thought like the best way
to... I should have reacted in a better way.
You shouldn't have reacted like
that. Yeah, like I said, I should have reacted. First of all, I like to say that I shouldn't have got involved in them two uncles, innit? Because I clocked that they do this every week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I shouldn't have got involved anyway. I should have reacted better. And Ardz 2.0 will react better.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Everyone makes mistakes here, but do you learn from your mistakes and apologise? You're a man enough to come over and go, yeah, I did wrong, and I apologise. But there's a lot of people, like I won't say their names, the candy man of Speaker's Corner, that seems to think that you can go around saying X, Y, Z, and do this and that, but doesn't seem to think that you need to apologise after or adjust your behaviour. I know I behave in a particular way that can, and like with you, like my free speech was that, oh, I'm going to talk about Pakistan, and I don't give a shit what people think. That triggered you. You came over, and then we did start a conversation, but it started. But if I didn't speak my free speech, and sometimes you have to offend in order to get a message across, but there's a limit. There is a limit in the sense that you know, if I was to then start to kind of curse out your prophet,
Yeah, that's different.
then you would have a right to curse out my guru. But what I'm saying, then I would, then, hold on, but don't come with that, but then you would then retaliate by cursing out my gurus.
But you know what it is? It's,
I wouldn't know. I'm not.
But what I'm saying, some
Someone
people
else would have.
Somebody else would. So what it would be is like, I know for myself,
as a Muslim,
one of the
one
reasons
thing that they teach us always as a young kid from Muslims,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
tell us don't
Respect.
cuss other people's
Yeah,
religion,
yeah,
always
yeah.
respect it. We've been taught
like
that
I couldn't physically do it because you know what it is? Because it's just this so disrespectful.
Yeah, so,
if you were to cuss somebody.
So one of the ways that I look at it is this. A lot of people, you know, I was explaining to some of you, it's like, find a video of me saying something about Muhammad,
Yeah, I haven't.
Allah, or the Quran.
No.
You
And
always
the
chat
re-
shit about Sharia and
Yeah, and the thing is, the reason I don't bring that into it because it's something that I know is loved by Muslims, and it's not really to do with me in
and
terms
even
of
in your
that.
religion it says Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a
Yeah,
pagambar.
and the thing, but
Let
the-
everybody know this, bro, that them lot, they do believe that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a pagambar, a prophet.
but listen, one thing
They
is,
do respect us
so
like
the
that.
thing is that if I was to then say, all right, about your, I should expect you to then talk about my. I'm not saying you
should, yeah,
should.
you should
I'm not
expect
saying
it,
it's
yeah.
right, but it's a bit like, you know, you're gonna talk about our thing, I'll talk about your
Not in
thing.
a bad way, it's a bit like Omar, because he always says don't cuss my family, but
Yeah.
he's the first one to
Yeah,
do it,
he's
you
the
know what I mean?
worst.
So
I mean, he's
he
cool.
shouldn't do it.
There's a video of him like saying that, oh, I do things with my mum. Literally,
nice.
sexually.
Not nice.
And so when people then start saying something about his father, which I totally condemn,
that's wrong.
he then starts to get really aggressive and overly kind of like
May
agitated.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
But
grant his dad Jannah.
he calls people's mums out non-stop. Yeah, I mean, he says, suck your mum this, suck your mum this,
Yeah,
suck
it's
your
not a
mum
good
this.
look, it's not a
So
good look.
Omar is a complete hypocrite in
And
that sense.
the problem is it rolls off the tongue too easily for the brothers nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, the
Those kind of swear words like suck your man, like I don't know, like we not brought up like that in our culture, Asian culture. I'm not even saying Muslim culture. In our whole Asian subcontinent, yeah, in the Indian subcontinent, we hold our elderly in a high regard. We're not quick to cuss each other's parents out, you know. We don't do that.
And if you do that, you're
You're likely to get a reaction from, especially Punjabi man. Like if you cuss their family, you're gonna get a reaction.
See, people, we love our mothers, man. Everybody loves their mothers. So there is freedom of speech, but I still have some common sense in the sense that, you know, when it comes to your mum,
Oh, I
and
do
stuff
trust
like
to say,
that,
look,
if you-
oh,
if
yeah,
you're
bless
going to
him.
talk
He said, I
about
do
one
trust his
man's
badge,
mum,
I will.
then that man's
His
going to talk
allies
about
I
your
don't
mum.
trust.
Yeah, it's just as simple as that. It doesn't mean it's
And
right.
also another thing, be wary because some people mums have passed away and things like that, or about to kill or whatever. And, you know what I mean? Like you cussing them is gonna be a trigger. Like it's gonna be
Taken?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, Omar's a perfect example. Like, you know, he might start cussing at someone's parents, and if someone cusses at his parents, not knowing his personal situation, and he's going to take it really offensively more than the other man would do.
and they don't even know.
Yeah. So I think, although I believe in freedom of speech, use your common sense as well. Like,
Because that's part of freedom of speech, but it's use your brain.
yeah, but we don't want to go to the extent that we're policing it to the extent that we make it illegal.
Advice,
Yeah, and we just say, look, man, if you want kind of, let's say, civility and social cohesion and stuff, maybe
Fuck
some
knows,
things
bro.
need to be.
I think
I'm not
she's
saying
bigging
never
me up, to
said,
be
but
fair.
be wary
she's
about what
bigging
you
me
say.
up,
Don't
to be
just,
fair,
don't
yeah.
just tuck it out there.
She's got issues with him. I don't think she's got issues with me. Thanks.
Any kind of blowback or anything like that. I'm not talking about physical stuff. I'm talking about people verbally.
Even
kind of
verbally
like-
assaulting you, you know what I mean?
But the way I see it, as long as you don't trash me, I don't care. But she hates big
Someone
odds.
might follow
She
you
hates
around
the
every
big
day
guys as
now.
well.
How can you
So
do
she's
that?
always completely.
Like he used to do that. I'm an Indian used to do that.
And even Sid Bash used to do that.
Yeah. Remember when you used to threaten me?
Yeah, I said,
This guy
yeah,
used to
I
be the
listen,
biggest troll and
listen, I'm a
Raj
man
used to
enough
do
to
that.
say
He
it.
used to cuss him out.
I used to say to Raj that I'm gonna come to this corner and beat him up.
Oh,
What's
no.
wrong with you, man?
With the right windows.
Delete
You know
that,
what it
edit
is?
that.
No, you're mad.
You know
I'm
what it
doing
is?
it.
I've changed my ways
where's the
and I
cube?
realised that it was
I know,
productive.
I'm
It
round.
wasn't positive. So now
I'm
me and
gonna
Raj are
massage it.
talking, and, you know, we're sorting things out now. Do you get me? He's not as bad as he was. I don't agree with everything he says. I still think, you know, sometimes I
still think
to
he's
myself,
the land,
"You're a
innit?"
dickhead."
I'm not as bad as I was.
But it's a lot better now compared to what it was before.
Can you three please explain what's happened with the Jamal?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
No, not us three. It's him, innit?
It's him. He stole the money.
Fair,
I'm not involved in that.
The money. He wants to see the
I'm
money.
not though. Get the money.
You want to see what the money is?
Yeah, where's the cash?
One second. Let me do it for you. Show them. You ready? Hold on. Let me show you where the money is.
No, because they're gonna say, what the fuck?
Bash took the money.
He ate it. He ate
all the
it.
pies.
Yeah.
No, we're messing around.
He was at 8 stone last
That
week.
was a joke. Let's get on a serious note. My brother said Bash will explain to you the full shebang.
Okay, so